Well, I didn't know I would be making this video today, but Spirit is moving me to do just that here right now. I hope that I can wrap everything that I desire into this one video. So this is going to be a longer one, and it's on purpose because there's so much in here. So I was raised as a Catholic, and not just like kind of a Catholic, but like a full out Catholic. For a while when I was young, I wondered if I should become a nun, but I was really confused on that because I both really liked boys and really loved babies. And I'm like, but part of me thought perhaps I should be a nun. So I was raised loving God. And then through time and a lot of questions arising within me about more of like the dogmatic parts of being raised Catholic, of the Catholic Church itself, and the things that didn't make sense to me, I moved away from that religion. And I watched when I was in college a movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? And I was like, okay, yeah, we don't know anything. We are making this all up. And I took spirituality, I took religion, I put it in a box and I put it on a shelf, you know, like metaphorically speaking, on a back shelf, and it just kind of got buried for many years. And it wasn't until I was working at a Christian, like born again Christian farm. I was working on a farm. I was the mother of 2 kids. My youngest was an infant, and it was a nearby farm that we had a CSA box with, and my husband ended up both out of work and injured. So we had nothing coming in. So I ended up working there for minimum wage and driving back to nurse. So I would work for like 4 hours, drive back, nurse, go back, and work some more. And in that time, I was surrounded by born-again Christians, and they were poking me and trying to save me. Because while they thought I was a nice person, they also thought I was going to go to hell. Yeah, so that brought the question of what do I believe to the forefront of my experience, and I started to look into it. The box came back off the shelf, and I saw what was in there that no longer fit, but I didn't know what did. And for many years, I was engaging with spirituality and trying things on and seeing what fit for me. And in that, I got a whole new wardrobe, spiritually speaking, and it's perfectly fit for me. Now, I want to share with you that from this transition from Catholic to what I now would count myself, I count myself as highly spiritual, not religious, and someone, if I was going to point to any one title for what I would call myself, which I kind of don't want to. I don't want to box myself in or trap myself in any labels. But if I was to pick one, I would say I am a Bhakti yogi. Bhakti yoga is a type of yoga that is about devotion. Devotion to being here, to feeling our feelings, to the fullness of life, and devotion to God. And it is practiced in the practice of chanting mantras, typically to music, at Kirtans is like the way, the access point that the most downloads and the most ahas and the most shifts in my reality have come for me. They've come in a lot of ways, and I've been on this spiritual quest for a long time, and this is like my favorite access point to it, along with dancing and drum circles. Like I'm an active an active spiritual seeker, because those are the places where I really get the most clarity for me. When my energy is moving and I am open to the divine flowing through and helping guide me. So I've always loved God, and I've always wanted to get closer to God. I don't know what was going on in me when that box was up on the shelf, but I didn't know when I was lost. And so that was a time when I didn't know when I was lost. And actually life got really hard during that time, having no foundation in anything. And right now, life is the most magical it's ever been, with the foundation of spiritual decisions I have made, so to speak. Like, I am choosing what I believe. I am choosing what I wear in my life going forward, spiritually speaking. Like, does this fit? Does this serve me? If both of those are a yes, then I'm here for it. So with the question of religion, and with the whole part of it, I believe that religion is there to serve as a path to God, and our ego is the part that divides us from God by deciding my religion, this religion is the right religion. This is the correct religion, and everyone else, they either better get on my path or they're screwed. And that, I truly believe, is just the ego disguised. It's our spiritual ego showing up and saying, I know the right way, I know what's best. My puny human self knows because some book or some preacher or some pastor or some guru told me that this is the only way. And I don't even know if they did say it was the only way, but that's kind of like, that's what our ego believes. This is the only way, and I got the right way. And in order for that spiritual ego to survive and thrive, it needs to stay in that position. But in staying in that position, the gifts of spirituality, the gifts of that religion can get mucky and blurred and confused, because the spiritual ego is so strong that that religion is being experienced through the spiritual ego, not through the soul. And the soul, I believe, through my experience, the soul can find God in it all. The soul is here for this life, is here for it, and is here to dance and take part in God's creation. And the soul has no reason at all to say, my way is right and your way is wrong. There's no point to it. It doesn't serve the soul. It doesn't serve us getting closer to God. It's pointless. So if your religion is teaching you division, my way or no way, then I'm here to call you out. That is your spiritual ego at work. And I've done it too. I understand. Ego is tricky and can take many forms to pull us away from God, but that is what it's doing. Make no mistake. Now, having tasted and sampled and tried on loads of spiritual teachings and insights, and I know my work in this is not done. This is going to be a lifetime journey, I'm sure. I want to share with you the core of what I've gotten that is absolutely serving me. Just over a week ago, I was at a Kirtan, as I do, and I was drumming. The band I'm in is Ryan Hader and the Backward Echo Band, and Ryan is amazing. And when I am it's been a long time that I've been in the band now, since the beginning of 2018, I started the year of Brave Gina drumming for Ryan at Kirtan, like ringing in the new year at a big New Year's Eve event. That was the first time I ever performed music in front of anyone. Like, what a way to start. And I had deemed 2018 as the year of Brave Gina, and that was a way to start it with a bang. So prior to drumming for him, I had the biggest insights there and other kirtans. Brenda McMyer, oh my gosh, I've had huge ones. I have this ring just from a moment at a kirtan that I never want to forget, so that's my reminder for that. But anyways, drumming at Ryan's kirtans, I also have this way of getting totally out of the way, like my ego just dissolves in those times, and I am open and I am in bliss, like bliss. And I was this past week at the kirtan that we were at. And in my drumming, I was in bliss and I was in just full surrender, and the insights and clarity and activation was just full force. I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I'm sober, and I feel like that's part of my personal path. And though I know a lot of people who do psychedelics, and I love hearing like the nuggets of wisdom from it, and I'm totally for that if that's people's access point. I just feel like it's not for me. But if I did do psychedelics, this would have been like in comparison, I would say like this was my biggest trip, my biggest like spiritual trip while chanting and drumming at this kirtan, sober. So in it, I really gained the biggest understanding of something that I have probably read and heard so many times in different forms. But there, I had the true experience of it, like inner experience of it. And something shifted in me. Like when I go to kirtans, we may perhaps chant the same mantras each time, but my experience is always different because I am bringing what's been happening in my life, what I've been learning about, what I've been working with. I'm bringing all of that to the practice. And there it can all mix and become this amazing experience of knowing. And I am so for that. Yes, please, and thank you, dear God. Yes, please, and thank you. I'm here for it. And I am so grateful. So, during this kirtan, I began working with the universe within. And bringing the mantras, instead of picturing, Ganesh out in my outer world, removing obstacles. Ganesh is a Hindu god, an elephant god. You've probably seen him or know of him. Here's a painting of Ganesh. This is his yantra. Yantra is like a symbol, which is to hold the energy of Ganesh. His mantras are written all throughout this. So Ganesh, instead of Ganesh being out in my outer world and removing obstacles, he also puts them there, by the way, if we need them. But instead of that, this time, Ganesh was inside of my inner universe, the inner universe of me. And so was everything else, all of the other gods and goddesses we chanted to. Now, I want to be clear. I believe God is powerful and omnipresent and everywhere and everything, that God is hidden within it all. And why could God not have many forms, all the same God, but many ways to access here for all of us? Why not? I believe that God can. And God, no matter what name we call it, is God. And When there is this spiritual openness where it's not, ooh, the spiritual ego of my God is the right God and your God is the wrong one. When we are in this realm of God can come in many forms and it's all the same energy, but we can channel it, we can use it, we can engage and dance with it in whatever we need. That's where I believe all of these forms come in to serve us. There's Green Tara right there. Green Tara is like a female Buddha, and she has 21 emanations, and these 21 emanations take tons of different forms and variations, where basically anything that's happening in life, Green Tara, you can call upon. In my Catholic upbringing, we have saints, and the saints are people you can call upon for different things. It's literally no different. There is a saint to call upon when you are taking a journey, when you are traveling. There's a saint to call upon when you're selling your house. There's a saint to call upon when, you need safety, right? There's all of these saints. It's the same as the Hindu gods and goddesses. We are asking for spiritual help from a realm beyond our human understanding, from a realm beyond our five senses, from something we can't see but we can believe and we can feel and know is there to serve us. So when we have this openness to spirituality and this God can show up in any way to help us, then we have everything we need for anything that unfolds, because there is an energy for us to help us with it that we can call upon. And here with this activation in my inner universe of Gina, like picture what science tells us about our body, that we are this vast space and that in it there are these tiny, right? Like these tiny particles, and within that is space, and particles can turn from being particles like one spot to being a field of energy, a field of potential. We are a universe of potential. And what science tells us is when we look at something, we call it into being there. We are bringing it into this particle form. When we bring our consciousness to it, you can look up that like light split. I can put a link below for something around it, but that experiment where they split light and found it to be both particle and wave. This is science. And this outer vastness of universe we see, it's within us. I believe it to be so. Even science points to this truth. And so many spiritual teachings point to it as well in their own words. So my big clarity was every god and goddess, every energy of the divine, Jesus Christ, like the Christ consciousness, it's all here available within our inner universe. And we can use our conscious awareness, our free will, our choice to call upon it, to trust and know that it's there, and to ask it, that energy within, to activate and to flow through us, that we may be the change we wish to see, that we may bring about what this outer world is calling forth from us. So, claim the inner I am. Allow everything you can imagine of the highest and best of God to be inside of you, ready and waiting for you to activate and live it. There's the energy of love, of God, of beauty, of goodness. It's there. It's there. And we are here. We're here in physical form. We are here for whatever reason God has decided. And in being here, we get to know and experience God by calling upon it within and then bringing it into our world, into our outer realms, into this physical creation. We have love, the love of God within us, and everything good. And we can bring it in through action, through our beingness into this world. So at one point in time, this past summer, I was driving and I was processing some feelings and emotions and thoughts and everything. And as I was driving, in my mind's eye, I saw floating in front of me, like right about here, I could see floating a Mobius strip. So I don't know if you are familiar with what a Mobius strip is, but it's like this mathematical, from my understanding, it's this mathematical like concept or idea or something. I don't even know how to say it, but it's like, well, we can make it with paper actually, where you take a strip of paper and you make one twist in it, and then you tape that strip together. Maybe I'll do that and insert that into here. I'll like take a video. And so I'm going to cut a strip. There we go. Now, this is the type of thinking we're used to. There's a top and a bottom. If I draw a line down this strip of paper, as it is on the one side and not on the other. It has two sides, clearly. Now, I'm going to make a new strip, since I just drew my line on that one. On this one, we're going to turn into an actual Mobius strip. So, a piece of tape and our strip of paper. We don't just tape it like this, we give it a turn. And here we tape it. And now, this is a Mobius strip. It's fascinating to look up 3D models online, like on YouTube, and look at those. It's a cool rabbit hole to go down. So I'm going to show you what happens when you draw a line on a Mobius strip. Can you see this? I'm going to do this without ever picking the paper up. Like, without picking the pencil up, I should say. Just go around. Ooh, I'm messy at this, but you get the point. This is where you never fall off a Mobius strip. Do you see that? I just came to the place of which I started. The entirety of this Mobius strip has a line around it. And I never once picked this up. I never once took it off the paper. Because a Mobius strip only has one side. It only has one side. It's a fascinating thing. And I was seeing this Mobius strip in my mind's eye, just floating in front of me. I was on my way to a kirtan I was actually drumming at as well. This one was Supersonic Soul Circle. And I was seeing it during the kirtan too. And I was hearing the words, I am that. I am that. And I was captivated. What? I'm that? Yes. The Mobius strip, it only has one side, but it appears to have two. It appears that when you're walking upon it, you can fall off, like you would fall off as it flips, but you don't. It only has one side, and I believe this is a visual representation of God. I actually, since then, have wanted to paint a Mobius strip. And maybe I want to paint hundreds of paintings of Mobius strips. I'm not sure. I haven't painted any yet, but I want to. Because I do believe I am that, meaning my inner universe, and God itself. It is all that. It looks like shadow and light, and it is one. It is everything. That Mobius strip can hold everything, as can our outer world, and as can our inner world. So this is like, if I am that, if God is this, it's all here. There is only one side. There is only God. At that kirtan last week, when I had this huge shift, I realized that my inner world, my universe, is my palace. It's my palace. I am the queen of my own creation, of my world, of my realm. I'm not here to control anyone outside of me, but I am the queen of this. Gina means queen. And I love that, actually. It's fun. And my last name, Murray, means mother of light. This Murray is a name I have chosen for myself as a claiming who I am here to be in this life. My middle name is Marie, Gina Marie. That was my given name. And so it's Queen Mary. Yes, please, and thank you. And now Murray, Mama of Light. Yes, please, and thank you. So with this Mobius strip, if I am that, if you are that, if all of this is that, if we are creators, then this is all within us. And we can activate and call upon whatever we need, want, or desire inside of us to know God within, to be still and know, to be the change we wish to see, to be our highest selves. It's available in each and every moment. And we can choose the opposite. We are this Mobius strip. We are everything. It's all here within us that we can choose. Now, the more conscious, the more we remember, the easier it is to choose what will serve us and our fellow human beings here on this earth, that will serve the energy of bliss, of joy, of love, of all of the things we want, of peace. And the more we forget and we live in our egos or in our spiritual egos even, the more we will be choosing to be and live and believe and to bring about in this world that which we don't want more of. We are particles of light. We are waves of light. We are both. We are all of it. We are it. Be still and know. I am. I am. I am that. I am that Mobius strip. I am everything. And when we choose, when we use our free will, our choice, our remembering, our intention, we are like that experiment with the light going through and becoming both the particle and the wave. Like it can be both. We are channeling that light to become particle, to become physical form, to become that which we wish to see. And so I'm here to share. My life is never going to be the same. At that Kirtan last week, I became my queen of my inner universe, my inner palace, my inner temple. And in this palace and temple is where I will create. And I will call upon all of the energies of the divine that I know of in whatever form serves me, knowing that I have more in me than my small self. I have the energy and the connection to the divine in whatever way it wants to channel through, be it a saint, be it a spiritual, like a Hindu god or goddess, be it the piece of Buddha, be it the Christ consciousness. His human self, his ego was his small self. He wasn't living from that. He was living from his Christ consciousness. And in living from that, he was so powerful that he could come back. He could resurrect himself from death. Even death couldn't stop him because he is that, right? He is everything. He is this Mobius strip, and he knew himself so deeply to be. My Father and I are one, right? He knew himself so deeply to be the God within, to be so deeply connected to the divine, that he could move between the realms. And even death couldn't stop him. I am paraphrasing because I'm not someone who can quote the Bible or can quote anything for that matter accurately. But I remember hearing so much, and it gets brushed over in the Catholic Church, but I heard it plenty, and I've heard it plenty since, that we... Hold up, I am pausing myself here so I can read you the actual quote. Very truly, I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father, and I will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son. You may ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it. He was pointing at something. He was pointing at something. I'm really passionate about this. You can probably tell. We have within us anything, everything that can support us in our journey. And when we truly believe this, when we make our life, our being, our vast universe within us, our palace, where we have rooms and spaces to create and to love and to feel and to know and to be, we can bring that forth into our lives. And I am so excited to see what we create together. I am in this path. Oh yeah, I was saying, so when I had that experience at the Kirtan, not only did I claim my universe within as my palace, as my temple, as the space that holds the divine. This is too. But this is where what I am creating is being created. This is what has already been created. And this is the place of now creation, of planting seeds for future creations that will grow and will become these physical things that will take form. This is where I bring the waves of potential into particles, where I start the energy starts condensing and shaping here within me, within my palace of being, within my divine inner world, in my universe. Here is where it's starting to bring form. And when it is ready, it will be birthed into the outer creation, into this world. And this can go both ways. This can be things I fear, things I don't want, and things I deeply want. But it's all made in here. This is what I'm really getting and what I am working with. And I am excited to be an example of this going forward, because I am really paying attention to what's happening in here. And I'm excited to show, as I am bringing into my inner realm, what I want to see birth in the outer world. So hang in here and stay with me through this journey, and we can see together what comes into manifestation through me working with this. I'm really excited. I believe, looking back in hindsight, I created all of this. So with this ring, I have it as a visual reminder of being a creator, of choosing to live in the dynamic of I am a creator versus I am a victim. I have another video on that. I will link here if you want to check that out after this. But this idea that it's all within, that I am this Mobius strip, I am all of it. This idea takes the whole creator to like the fullest expanses of it. And so if my attention is being put on that which I don't want, I am creating that. I am planting seeds of that in my inner world that will then take shape and form in my outer world. So I am being much more careful with where I am putting my attention, that I can create what I wish to see. For I am the creator. When I am living in victim, that's when I am looking and I am seeing what is out here, and I am making it mean things in here that are going to bring about things that won't help out there. And I walked that path, both of manifesting something I completely wanted and desired, this wonderful relationship, and then fear and judgment came in, and my focus went there, and in time it did manifest out here. Now, I don't know if I created all of that, but I'm starting to think I did. I'm starting to own it as a creator. I don't have this all figured out, but in this place of where my attention goes, my energy flows, where my energy and attention flow and go, this energy and attention takes shape and becomes form. In that space, I really can know myself as the creator. And as the creator, I am fully responsible for my creations. Now, I may or may not be right, but this is a powerful way to live. This is a way where I can play and dance in being that which I want to see, in being that which I want to be. And I can let my energy, I can let my actions, I can let my words all be in service to that. And in the process of that, I get to know myself as that which I want to be, of that which I want to see. And so whatever the outer world is doing, I already get to be the success of I am. I am that which I choose. I am a creator here. I am the divine light here in this physical body, having this unique point of perspective in this form to know God. I am that. And you are that. You are here. Breathe in to that inner universe within you. Breathe in and feel into your body, into the places that feel like physical cells, and think about all of the space in between. Think down into the particle and all of the space there between the neutron and the electron swirling about. Think about all of that energy within you. The vastness of the night sky beyond, magnified like with the biggest telescopes. That's all within you. It's all there. Think, when you think about the universe, how much is out there? I am that. You are that. You have access to all of it within you. We are a holographic representation, like we are a holographic experience of God. We are a drop in the ocean, but as that drop, we are the ocean. It's all within you. Breathe into that within you and know that in that spaciousness, in those planets and suns and everything in there is all the energy you need to create and manifest the life you desire with. And the way to do it, which I am just learning, I've heard it before, but I'm finally like tapping into it and actually taking it on. The way to do it is to know it and to be it right here and right now. Not I want, I desire in the future, but I have. And we can have when we picture ourselves as this palace, this universe of the divine. It's all within us. We have it now. We have it now. And when we focus upon it and we put our energy and attention into that within us, we are calling those waves of potential ready and waiting for us. We're calling them together. We are swirling them around, and they are becoming form, which will reflect to us when those seeds grow in the divine time, in God's will, in God's plan of the unfolding. And we are here to witness and to dance and to choose and to be. Be still and know that I am. You are. It's all within. Oh, I still haven't said it. I tried to say it like 3 times, but I distracted myself or got carried away each time, which is all perfect, right? It's all perfect. But when I was at that kirtan and I was understanding that my inner world is my palace, is my inner universe and that everything is within it. I took the home of me metaphysically, not like this home. I love this home and I want nothing to happen to this home. But the false house in which I lived in within myself, of lack, of scarcity, of not good enough, of being the small, scared child, all of it, that protection that I had within myself that believed all of those things, these walls of belief that had built up, that were still like this shack within my world, and I could move and make choices from within that shack. Like when I would get scared, I'd go in that shack and then I can make choices from there, right? Well, when we chanted to Shiva, the god of destruction, who destroys everything that is not true, when we chanted to Shiva, I watched that shack be burned in the fire of the divine. I don't have it anymore. My ego would have to work hard to rebuild it, and I am choosing it not to do that. So I'm going to keep leaning into these reminders, these visual reminders, these audio reminders, whatever I can do to remember who I truly am and to live from that. There's no more shack in me. So I'm excited to see what comes, because I am a queen living in a palace of my own making, of God's own making, the universe here living itself through me, through this unique point of perspective. And you can be and know and live as this too. I hope this video is planting seeds of potential in you, or handing you beautiful plants of abundant knowledge and insight. Take these ideas and work with them. Do something that can help you make this into an experience. The reason I'm sharing music is because when we dance to powerful lyrics, when we move, when we let our energy open to it, when we connect to these lyrics, we can know through our own experience something that a book can try to tell us over and over. But until it becomes here in our moment of knowing and understanding, like it's an idea, it's a concept, but it's not a knowing. I'm hoping that these songs that I'm sharing through my daily playlists for empowerment, that they can serve as knowings for you. I also share them in my newsletter, in my free newsletter. And I invite you to join me over there, where I am sharing both the visual reminders I am creating and these audio reminders as well. I see my battery is about to die, so I am going to call that enough for now and let you know I am sending so much love to you, and I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking with me and for hearing what I have to share. I'm really excited to see what comes next, because I am working in this palace of mine in divine ways. And I am so grateful. Thanks be to God. Be still and know you are so loved, and you are the light of the divine. If you like this, watch this next. And I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to keep sharing. I have an idea that I still haven't gotten done yet. There's so much to do, but I have something I'm really excited about bringing forth in the future for music and videos. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, and I will see you next time. Be the Mobius Strip, but when we walk it, when we walk the path of God, there's only one side. And in this path, we don't need to fall off, and we can know God. So play with that idea. I am that. I hope this helps. You are the divine light of God here experiencing itself through your unique point of perspective. And your point of perspective is your choice. So choose wisely. Be the creator of your life and your experience. And know that God is within you, here, ready and waiting to serve you and your highest and best and the highest and best and good of all. If you wish bad or ill upon anyone outside of you, just know that's just your ego trying to trick you, and that is you living in a shack when you could just step outside of that shack, burn it down, and live in a palace where everyone gets to thrive and where your actions will help create that. Sending my love. I'll see you next time. So I have a little playlist below for you to access and to have an experience of what I've been sharing today. So check that out and join me for more playlists for empowerment, either in my free newsletter or in my daily playlist for empowerment. And yeah, subscribe and stay tuned. There is more to come. Thank you for trusting your time with me. I hope this serves you and your day and your life going forward. I see you and I appreciate you. Thank you for being here.